told you last week I was going to have a drill for you on how to stop losing the tush line or the hip thrust or lunge, hip lunge, and the very explicit description I've seen on the internet having to do with a goat, but I won't talk about that. I'm of the opinion that all of these golf training devices are not very good. They create tension, and most of the time they don't work, and they create a different problem or injury or whatever. I like visual aids, like the plane and release by feel drill, where you swing at waist level and feel what being on plane and the body naturally wanting to release the club. That's not really a visual aid, but more of a change of perception. I also like those kinds of drills and training aids. And I talked about putting a dowel rod down on the ground right outside the golf ball. It costs 99 cents at a hardware store, and it helps you visualize what straight back is and shows you where the target line is so you don't swing outside of it or over the top of it. And visually it just helps you, swing on a little bit better path. Well, to help the losing tush line hip thrust drill, I used a dowel rod again, and I put it over here. And what you want to do is you want to set up and then take a backswing, a normal backswing, and see if you can see it out of the corner of your eye. Okay, you might have to do a little bit of manipulation and move it a little bit. But at the top of your swing with a normal golf swing, you want to be able to see it out of your peripheral vision. So, at the top of your swing, you want your left hip to go toward the dowel rod. That'll get your hips moving in a better direction instead of like this. In this age of swinging inside out, and see, if you're swinging inside out, your hips are going to want to lunge toward the ball too much. And if you've got too much lag, you're going to have trouble getting the club to the ball, so your hips are going to lunge to help you out to the ball, and that creates the dreaded shank. So if you can see this dowel rod out of the corner of your eye, you don't want to swing the club over there, okay? Because then you're manipulating it with your hands. It is a visual thing, so you can see your hip, your left hip, going toward that dowel rod. And you don't even need that dowel rod there. If you're on the driving range and you see a building off in the distance, or a tree, or whatever it is, pick out something that at the top of your swing and you can see in your peripheral vision, and then send your left hip toward that, and that'll get your hips working more in a correct way. Again, it's just a drill. It's to help you change your perception of your hips thrusting this way toward the golf ball and more around and toward the target like they're supposed to go.